Like
The thing, I mean, the thing is there could be some games where there could be a shit ton of playing people right now. We just don't know. The problem is we don't really have a way of figuring that out.
yeah, well, I mean, if as long as they don't have to host the servers, who cares how many people are playing? As long as the people who bought it can play it, that's the.
Well, because it's like does
It's
having
the
because having maybe it's because it's like having enough players like justifies keeping the servers up. Because like if there's only 2 people playing our game total, there's no point in keeping servers up. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's
We'll
then
see. Not
fine,
many
give us
people have
something
principles.
we can keep running it ourselves. Instead of taking 9 months or more trying to reverse engineer a server emulator, which is heroic, but it's stupid. You shouldn't even have to do this in the first place.
We got so lucky that it's like Ruto out of all people, like just started doing this. Like I'm giving him a shout out right now. If it wasn't for Ruto, we'd be just so fucked. There'd be nothing without him. Seriously. All right, shout out over. Oh, but seriously, I love him. Do you love him, Chemical?
Was that sorry?
Do you love Ruto? Do you love him?
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
He's a very sexy man. Fine.
All right, whatever you say.
So Whammy, Chemical, do you guys think that Ubisoft is gonna actually follow through on what they said and like actually make offline modes for 2 in Motorfest? Because they said something about it, sure, but it's like they've just been so hush hush about it. Like I
If
haven't
the
heard anything
company doesn't fall apart before, yes,
That's what I
I'll
said.
stick to it.
Tencent will catch him. Don't worry.
Yeah, what happened with that? Are they still doing that? They were in talks. I haven't heard anything since then, though.
No, it's just YouTuber clickbait. Just forget it.
Yeah, because Ubisoft has definitely lied before, but that's usually when they're caught on something or people ask them about this. Whereas the offline mode, they volunteered that, like straight up. Like those. So that makes me think, well, they might actually mean it, although that would be just an amazing pile to add to their current publicity if they didn't. But
Yeah,
whatever.
Fergus who came on. He said, "We are going to add the offline patch to the Crew 2 and the Motorfest. Not the Crew 1, but it's
To
okay.
preserve the longevity.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. They probably are going to do it, basically.
Well, I told Ross earlier, I'm like, I wonder if they actually said that to like just boost sales or something. That's my concern.
Well, they announced the offline patches on the same day they put the Crew 2 on a $1 sale. They could cost $1.
Is Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown still freaking online only?
What? Test Drive what? Crown? Never heard of it. Oh, that game. Oh, I remember that game.
Yeah, but
No, I mean,
seriously,
seriously,
though,
what happened to it? Yes, it's
Yeah.
still online only, I'm pretty sure. Otherwise, we would have been informed by now.
I don't think they have any plans to have an end of life plan for that, do they? I mean,
they had it at least.
They said they might.
Well, it's online only, but they said they had an end of life plan supposedly. But I mean, you never know.
okay,
said,
well, I have to see what they said then.
They said one thing I remember them saying.
It's nothing. No, the next driving game that'll probably get put on the chopping block will be Need for Speed 2015. Is be my guess.
Oh,
Rivals
yeah.
will probably go down before that.
Is
Well,
Rivals online only?
Okay, by chopping block I mean you can never play it again. Rivals,
Yeah,
still
you can play Rivals.
Not to be someone who defends EA, but as someone who looks into the abandonware stuff and is, well, people obviously probably know me for that. EA with online-only titles, I have a feeling that they'll patch that without issue, for the simple reason being that on other online titles that weren't MMOs, other than Darkspore, and there was another game as well, Need for Speed World, it's only the MMOs they really killed. Online only, they should patch out. They did the same thing for SimCity. I can't imagine them letting the Need for Speed 2015 die, personally.
SimCity, wasn't it just like a DRM check? Whereas Need for Speed 2015, they're withholding the portion on the server, kind of like the Crew.
like the save data and stuff. Cloud data
Oh, is it cloud save data too there?
for SimCity.
No, for 2015 Need for Speed.
That I don't know.
I thought you can make it save locally. If you can trick the computer onto playing online,
I mean, you can play
get
it. You can play
online,
it with
can play
mods.
offline.
So you can play it with mods. So surely there's something at play.
I wouldn't know though. That's a little confusing.
It's a weird one, but I don't think they'll let it die, especially not after what they've seen happen to Ubisoft.
Yeah, just like I mean, Polyphony. Yeah, like GT Sport got patched for offline. You know, like
Yeah.
they did that, and that was supposed to be a multiplayer focused thing.
Well, you guys are more optimistic than I am. I need to find out where EA publishes in Europe. Let's see if it's in the EU.
I
or
don't
not.
know.
I think that one might be in Switzerland, unfortunately.
Yeah, was that the one you said that was like Switzerland? Was EA?
I gotta double check. If they have a publishing arm in the EU, it won't be as solid an attack as what it is against Ubisoft, but we could still kind of mount something.
What about Blizzard? Like Activision Blizzard? Do you know?
Oh, I don't remember off the top of my head. I think Nintendo was in Germany. Remember that? But
Is Switzerland an EU? I thought Switzerland was an EU country, aren't they?
what?
Isn't Switzerland an EU country?
I don't think so. They have some overlap with economic laws, but it's like a gray area on top of like another gray area that we are already dealing with. That's why it almost kind of had to be Ubisoft that we took the attack to, and the crew was the best candidate for it. I'd say for Ubisoft, the next big one that you could probably get a lot of people to act on would be the Division.
Oh, there's a Division too. I forgot about that. Division might be actually even more fucked than the crew. From what I recall, I think they have like an additional anti-cheat or something that makes it a whole lot more difficult.
Yeah, well, let's see what happens. But
I didn't have the expansions, so looking at this for the first time, this looks goofy.
I mean, yeah, you got 4 officers of the law seemingly like illegally street racing through the streets of New York, running people over. You know, just.
I like how
stuff in
you
New York.
missed the checkpoint and it still counted.
Yeah, because this is not Need for Speed, okay? It's not like this stupid gate that punishes you. Oh! Put your siren on. It's like L3, I think. There you go.
You know, credit where it's due. As much as calling all units kind of sucks, at least we got actual police and not the crappy like Vault Interceptor stuff that 2 did.
No, I think that was the licensing thing mostly.
And then Motorfest has that really weird like chase thing that's in this Year 2 pass.
Oh, I
that really is the
wouldn't know about
best
that.
feeling in racing games when you have a rival is right next to you, riding you, and they just slam right into like a lamppost or something,
Oh yeah.
like that cop just did.
Oh yeah, I do remember when I would play this, and that'd be someone always like ramming the crap out of me half the time. Like I'd just be cruising around in free roam, and some guy would just come up and start just like constantly crashing into me, so leave me alone. But it'd be funny because I would get in like a car or something, and they would chase me around the city. But I wasn't even trying, but I was always a better driver than they were. I would always juke them out, and they'd like hit walls and stuff constantly. Like I wasn't even trying. I'm just like, do these people like not know what they're doing or something?
That's a lot of damage you're doing to the city, huh?
Well, I mean, they pay me for it.
And they're paying you for it. Yeah, that makes sense.
I love that in games when like pedestrians walk out of the way and you like either phase through them or they just get like pushed out of the way.
No, Ross wants them to slide off his hoodie. You know that sounds pretty fun.
Yeah.
Actually, didn't
was designing the game, I would want some ragdoll physics. So,
Is there any other card game that has that? I wonder.
There's a mod.
If you
There's a
can't kill
mod for there's a mod for Midtown Madness that does it, but it's the same engine that powers Midnight Club, because Midtown Madness was made by Angel Studios, who eventually became Rockstar San Diego. So it's the same people who made Midnight Club. But yeah, someone like ported the ragdoll thing over from Midnight Club to Midtown.
Wow.
It's amazing.
I think Ross wants to play it now just for that. I think I want to play it just for that.
Well, I played some a long time ago. Played Midtown Madness.
Yeah, I remember, because there were like cheats and stuff. Like there was the thing where you could honk to like shoot mailboxes out of your car. There was a mod that or there was like a cheat that made people like massive for some reason. There was like really stupid stuff like that.
That was cool.
I miss cheats in games, especially like built-in ones and like fun cheats. Because you had like your God mode and stuff like that, but then you'd have like big heads or something. Like San Andreas had I think one of the games, Vice City had the boats where you could drive cars on water. That was a cheat. San Andreas, I think, had a flying cars cheat. I do remember
it was like PS2 only or something.
I do remember if you shot at the moon with a sniper rifle in San Andreas, the moon would get bigger.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, we actually got an explanation for why that happens. Did you guys read it? It's like, what's his name? Abi Vermeij, something like that. He said, the art directors wanted like different sizes of the moon, so he programmed the moon to be like adjustable in size with the sniper rifle.
It was
so
like
that
a
was
debug
not
thing left
intended
over.
for the actual game. That was intended for like the art directors to test it in the
like
game.
a debug thing.
Yeah, it's not meant to be in the actual final game.
So does the crew 1 technically have like an anti-cheat?
Yeah, it's like 3 parameters. One of them is like maximum speed. Well, as far as I'm aware. I mean, we'll add like some custom anti-cheat stuff on the server side, you know?
Because I just remember like people couldn't like hack money or anything like that. Hack crew
for online,
credits.
I mean, of course not.
Yeah.
That's gotta be vital for them. Yeah.
Especially if they want you to buy those crew credits.
I'm pretty sure.
Exactly. That. Honestly, I think that's half the reason you see as many online-only games as you do. Is so they can, because if you can play offline and just tweak a value to give yourself the car you want or credits or whatever, then that kills their extra monetization scheme on top of selling you the game. So I think that's a huge driving force between.
Sort of like the whole Big Brother thing.
Yeah, no, I think that's like at least half the incentive to have everything online.
Well,
Yeah, sure.
I just wonder what happened whenever, because we found, offline stuff in the code that was eventually cut. It's like, what happened at that point in time that they decided, let's not do this and let's cut what's left?
Well, I mean, it probably makes sense for them to have an offline build just for testing.
It'd be horrible otherwise if they didn't develop for them.
Yeah, and plus, if this is coming from Test Drive Unlimited devs, in some way, in a lot of ways, they were kind of making the same thing, just on a much bigger scale. And
Remember how we said earlier, the prologue NPCs that like actually have behaviors and stuff? Like that can't have just been a prologue thing.
Of course not.
What if I say no?
You don't.
That's the neat part. You don't.
Cases look valuable.
Oh yeah. We have a fella here who really wants to go on stage. Let's invite him, because I promised to invite more people. My bad.
The airport now.
Come on. Is he here?
Well,
Yeah, he's
I
here.
may
Come
have
on.
found a little bit. It's later in my time zones.
That's okay. Hello,
It's
Evo.
It's
Hello?
awesome seeing Ray again. I'm honestly even more excited about what it's going to look like modded.
Got a guy on the other line asking me to deliver some expensive looking.
What's up, Evo?
Not your usual 510 crack.
Yeah, I just wanted to come on and give a shout out to the whole team and the researchers. You know, everyone that's not here. You know, they deserve a shout out for all the work they put in. You know, everybody has their own little part, and I like how everyone's working together and like over time, all the pieces to the puzzle to making this game playable are coming true.
Thanks, man. Most of us are here. Gookie was here. I think he had to go. Ruta was still here, right? You're still here? Yes, he's still here. Good.
Yeah, how many people total are like working on this project? Do you know?
Pretty much all of us. Whoever's in the TCU team. How many is that? I forgot. You know when you
Well,
get
you can't.
old,
Well, the problem
you can't
is
remember nothing.
well, the problem with Discord is you can't see you can't look at a certain role and see how many people are in that role. Like it's
Five.
it's-
There's 5 of us. Okay, I was joking. Of course, I remember that there's 5 of us. Come on. Evil, you got a story to share with the crew?
I don't know, to be honest.
looks
I
like
don't
everyone
think-
looks like everyone's talking about X Defiant.
What? No, this is the celebration of the crew, not the celebration of the death of X Defiant. Right, Evil, you got no story, huh?
Well, I mean, I kind of do, but like, it's not one
Hold up.
that's as deep as some of these other ones.
Who said it
That's
has
okay,
to
let's
be?
hear it. You can like come up with the stuff that
so-
didn't really happen to make it more entertaining.
So there I was in the
Nah,
bar.
that fake shit. Nah. So I actually found out about the game through Digital Car Addict because I saw on this banner about the crew, and I was like, that sounds like an interesting game. So I found it was on PS Plus, and I ended up sinking a lot of hours into it, and it's all just because I looked at this banner. You know,
That's pretty
I've always
interesting,
liked
actually.
traveling.
Oh yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I've always liked traveling, but I think the crew has seriously made me love traveling a lot more. You know, I'd be looking at Google Maps a lot and whatnot, Street View. Just
Oh
random
yeah, yeah.
locations
I
and
can
whatnot.
relate. I can relate to that.
Evil, have you seen the screenshot thread Whammy put up about like where he adjusted the colors? It looks even
Yeah,
more
yeah.
real. Yeah,
Yeah,
think so?
it's crazy with the. Yeah, it really
I wasn't
does.
going for
like,
real.
well, I mean,
you mean about with
great,
this?
nice.
I think we'll
looking,
talk about the beta later on.
Of course, too. There's also the whole thing with the roads, or whatever, and how all the areas had different unique roads and road decals or like details and things like that.
Oh yeah, it was like real American correct ass roads, you know.
Your fake record's in place, and I told
Yeah, well, we
Yeah,
mentioned
you know-
triggering-
tens are as
Oh, go ahead.
If you've got ink,
You know, I barely even ended up completing the story. Most of my time on PS4 mostly was spent just driving around. I think I went from like the as soon as I completed the Zoe mission, all I was doing was driving. I barely finished the story. Like I think I went from PR10 to PR600, all from just driving around and doing events and whatnot. I barely knew what
That's
was
what,
going on, but it was just about the drive.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's one of the things the developers said during the closed beta for the game back in 2014 is that they said a lot of people would just like complete the prologue, the Zoe mission, would just go off drive, right? I think the game was more restrictive about it back then, so they removed like the region restriction after the
Yeah, because like with games like
Some part of the prologue.
with things like GTA or whatever, like San Andreas and Vice Cities like that, like they would have bits of
Oh,
it
yeah.
locked off, and it's like if you try to get past them, it'd be like you get like cops or whatever.
it was
like
fun
max
though, you know,
level.
to
That
fight
was
off the
cool.
cops.
Yeah, I mean it was
Yeah, I remember
endless.
the
But
GTA 4 roadblocks with the cops and everything, and you get like 6 stars. Even just for swimming past the district, you'd get 6 stars. You'd have
But it
like
was
a
alwa-
manhunt on you. Just
but
'cause
it
you-
was always funny, like because they'd have to explain it away in lore as to why everything's closed off.
Oh yeah.
fucking terrorists.
Sorry,
Yeah.
officer, I'm Nico Bellic swimming around. I didn't mean to cross illegal border.
What would you do if you what would you do if you were a police officer and you just saw a man texting on his phone and suddenly a buzzard chopper appeared? Because
don't
the
know. I
phone
wouldn't get paid enough
sheets
for that
on
shit.
GTA, like you just see Nico just like you just type something in his phone, you just see like a helicopter spawn out of nowhere. You're like, uh-oh. You can even like pay the tolls and stuff. It was funny.
Oh, I always
Nah, I'd always
ram
drive
through
through
the
them.
tunnels. Yeah, it's the principle, you know. Fuck you, I ain't
It's
paying
not
you.
about the money, Spider-Man. It's about sending a
You know,
message.
half the time I would have flipped my car. So
What you
And
mean
it-
flip your car? Like because of the physics?
like,
Yeah, 'cause cars are
I did like a
very,
little bump or something. I did a little bump or something, and then that's it. The car I spent 15 minutes finding is just gone.
Because cars were
Over
very
$5.
the handling was more realistic in 4, and so like cars rolled over a lot more.
It was
But then in 5,
Suspensions and whatnot.
but then in 5, they just made it so you just roll over anyways. Like you can like unroll your car basically by just steering
You
left or
could
right.
unroll it in GTA 4 too. It just wasn't as aggressive as in 5, but you could do it a little bit.
I thought I remember.
Surprisingly.
I remember being able to roll cars
thing
in
of-
3.
3? Oh yeah, 3
yeah,
you were
speaking of-
screwed.
Yeah, they like
Speaking of,
explode.
The best thing about
Speaking of what-
4 was the swing set.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no,
I feel like they left that in on purpose because that was
Yeah, me
that was too amazing.
The swing set. Evil, what do you feel like you were saying?
Yeah, you know, speaking of exploring and shit, after exploring basically most of the map, I decided to do the missions, and then I was wiping the floor with everybody. Even the rubber band couldn't keep up. It was crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because if you're leveled high, like the AI is not going to be able to keep up with you.
Yeah, then I also got the game on PC, and I think just about every car I got to maybe like 1,000. Then around that time, the game shut down.
And you lost
But,
all
you
the
know, I
cards
just-
because you didn't use
The Crown Limited Save Dumper.
Yeah, but you know, I had all the cars, and it was just from driving. I'd made at least $1 million from driving around. I could buy each spec, everything. Made like
this
level
waypoint?
52.
I
think
didn't-
the game was really good in its progression that you could just like drive around, enjoy yourself without grinding, and still get a lot of money. At least after like the patches, you know.
I never did get all the find all the like car parts or whatever.
Oh yeah, me neither. Me neither. I should
Like
have though. The buggy was awesome.
I think I got. I don't know if I got the buggy, but I definitely had the street spec hot rod Hup one.
Oh yeah. The buggy is like the one from TDU 2, I think, the same one.
Is
They
it?
reused. I'm pretty sure it is the TDU 2 buggy.
Yeah, to be honest, the only game that's come close to the crew
It's
for me.
getting kind of late for me. Thanks for having me on. I'm really
Oh,
looking
thank you for coming on.
Yeah. Thanks
You
for
guys
joining
go-
us.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Don't feel any pressure whatsoever about how long it takes you. You're all heroes on this. So, I mean,
Well, that's why I
You're
said.
a
Well, that's
hero
what,
too.
well, that's why I also asked in that one video chat, like, will we be seeing you on the streets when this is all said and done? Like,
Oh, when online is out, because otherwise, how are you gonna see him on the street and offline?
well, yeah, but you know what I mean. Like,
well,
The
maybe
cool
I'll
shit's a
try
friendly
multiplayer.
update.
We'll see.
Yeah,
I'm
he'll
gonna-
be cruising and you'll keep crashing into him, and then he'll say, "Can you guys like patch out the crashing?" You know, like in the video. Oh, I'm a ram you if I find you, by the way. Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
No,
that's
if
fine.
anything, I want like more damage. So like you see chunks falling off. And...
Oh, like before Wild Run. Yeah. All right, thank you for coming on. Like, we really appreciate it. We love you, dude.
Yeah, see you.
Yeah, thanks
No
for being
problems,
on.
dude.
All right, I'll see you. Thanks.
Have a good night.
see,
Have a
see
good
you,
night.
Ross. You have
See
a
you,
good
Ross.
night.
All right. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
kind of
to
sad.
be
you
honest,
left.
the only
You were saying you were
to be
saying.
honest,
So-
the only game. To be honest,
Just
the
go
only
on, just go
game
on.
That's
It's just kind of
Yes.
funny because like when it comes to when it comes to
Let the man
comes to
speak. Come on, just let him speak.
you know, I was gonna say the only game that's come close to the crew for me is Unbound because like how easy it is to level up online, and you know you could actually like drive off of mountains and whatnot. That was one of my favorite the crew features that the map wasn't so locked off. If you wanted to go do like 1,000 feet ramp off a mountain, you could.
you want to ramp off of
Wasn't
Mount
much
Rushmore's
restrictions.
face, go for it.
Yeah, any type of like jump you wanted, it was practically all there. There wasn't as many guardrails, and that's what I didn't like about the crew too. I feel like they added more blockages and whatnot. I wasn't able
You
to do
think
as
so? I
much.
heard
Well-
people say
well-
the opposite, actually.
Well, that's the thing too. Is
No,
like you
because I
notice like
remember-
all the trees are spaced out as well, so you can drive through them.
Where in NFS or
Just
TCU?
in the crew one, like just the trees everywhere, like they're spaced out enough so that you can drive through them. They're not like
Well,
fully
that and
dense
also
forests.
performance.
That too, probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of the trees, I like how whenever you like drive through them, if you hit them a little bit, it doesn't like stop your car. It kind of like shifts you a little bit, so you keep the momentum.
Oh, so you
That's
like
what
that
also,
because
like-
other people don't. But
I think I remember
it's
Ross saying he
necessary.
didn't like that. I think. Did he say something about that? I don't remember.
I have no recollection of him saying that.
I just remember him saying
It's,
something
it's
about
just
going off road and it
useful.
sounded weird.
It's just very useful to have this like shifting thing because you gotta think of what if we didn't have it. Then you'd realize, oh shit, we actually suck ass if we didn't have it. You drive a lot, you know.
Especially when you have the raid spec vehicles that are all about like going completely off road.
Oh, come on. Oh yeah, you got it.
You know,
Yeah,
I
but-
think the only reason I noticed it. Awful.
What were you saying?
The only reason like I noticed that there was more guardrails was because the fast travel feature wasn't there and there was no way to like get around. I didn't really want to play the crew 2 as much because it sucked. So I noticed there wasn't a fast travel feature, so when I actually had to drive around to the landmarks, I noticed that I couldn't really use mountains as shortcuts anymore. I couldn't just drive off them as much. I had less chance of sending it and whatnot. That's
Oh,
what I
you
feel
mean
like.
that, huh?
We'll talk about the beta soon. Don't worry.
Yes.
It is funny though that like with Ross, just the fact that with all the stuff he's usually known for, like when it comes to his game dungeon and his Freeman's Mine and all that stuff, when it comes to something like a campaign, especially a campaign this massive, like when you think of who would be responsible for said campaign, like someone like Ross is usually the last person you'd expect.
Well, maybe at face value, but if you knew him better, which I feel like we got to know him better over like the last months, you know. He's pretty like ballsy, let's say that. Not a lot of us are like this fucking ballsy.
He's like
something like
Schwarzenegger.
that.
He's ballsy with the cigars.
He's like the gaming Jesus, okay? That's what people call him, the gaming Jesus. Pretty
So
funny how he's also like the voice of Gordon Freeman, which is like the Jesus in the Half-Life universe or whatever. You know, the correlation is funny, I feel like.
Jesus, imagine the Half-Life AI Self-Aware series, but instead of what's his name playing as Gordon, it's Ross.
Not sure what you're talking about.
It's from Wayne Radio TV. I never saw the series, but I know a lot of people liked it. It's basically just
Okay,
Gary's
hang on.
mod Half-Life source.
Hang on, we got one more person who wants to speak. Let's invite him over. Hello?
Hello.
What's good?
You're live on
Oh,
air.
it's going great. It's going great. Oh, oh, there's a lot of people listening to me. Okay. I was gonna ask some things to Ross when he was here, but since he's gone, I'm just gonna
Oh,
like.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I mean,
I'm
I
sorry.
can,
No,
I
it's
can message,
fine.
I can message him like later or something like that
No,
when he's
no.
online.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask more about because I live in like Brazil, and I
good.
looked at the whole thing about the crew. You know, the shutdown. I was like, man, I want to contribute, but I don't know how because there's not a lot of ways currently. I read up, and there wasn't really a lot I could do.
So did you check
I
the
think-
SKG website?
Yeah, I did. I kept checking, and it was just not a. It was mostly like, oh, you can make some media posts, and I'm like, I can't really do that, or if I did, I did.
That's all
not
you.
a lot
if-
happened.
Well, if you've done as much as you can, all you really can do besides that is just get the like, publicity, just getting the word
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But I did also want to talk about the crew, I guess, because I didn't expect myself to be so interested in this game, seeing
Excuse me.
how I never actually played it a lot when it came out.
How did
Because,
how
like-
did how did you come across it?
All right, so on YouTube in like 2014 when I got my Xbox 360, not Xbox One, 360.
Oh, that's the version. That's the version. I love that one.
I looked at like the YouTube channels for companies like Ubisoft, and I saw like this game called The Crew, and I was like, "This looks sick. like, what is? I watched the trailers and I was like, oh, wait, this isn't like the Need for Speed Most Wanted or Forza Horizon. This is something I know what an open world game was, slightly, but I never saw something like the crew. You know, you can customize like almost every aspect of the car. You can change how it drives. You know, dirt spec. You know, you can do stuff like that. You couldn't really do that in Forza, but
And still can't. This is such a like a
yeah,
unique thing that people underappreciate. I'm glad you noticed all
yeah.
of this that you're saying. I'm really glad you're saying all this.
That's the
'cause
thing too, when
so
because
many
it's
people don't
open.
notice it.
Well, that's the other thing too, because it's open world. Like most of these types of games, it would take place in like a city or something. Like not the entire like contingent U.S. You know.
Oh yeah, that's also another reason. Like, I was always interested in other countries, Japan especially, because I found it looked cool, and the U.S. because I always wanted to go to the U.S. because this is like, oh my god, it's where all the like my favorite developers make their games. I wonder what it's like there. And also Horizon 1, they had, you know, the map was Colorado, and I always wanted to go to Colorado, still want to. And seeing the crew, you're able to go essentially around the entire US. I was like, oh my god,
Look at that bear.
I need that game. Oh, I saw that.
Stuck on the barbed wire.
AAA game, by the way. Yeah, and I looked at the Microsoft store, the game wasn't on sale. Only the DLCs. And I always would ask for it. I would be like, we don't have money. We didn't find a copy. And I just never really played it on 360. I always was looking out to see if there was some cheap copies, but never they popped up online.
Mom, can we have the crew?
Really?
No,
That's
we
so
have the crew at
strange.
home.
the
from
Forza
Iceland.
Horizon?
Don't you just
And-
Forza Horizon on 360 like that?
I still like the game. It's just I actually love it. It's one of my favorites. It's just the crew is you can't beat the crew.
It's just built different.
It's just
Yeah.
different. Yeah. And so I'm gonna
And should
fast
not be
forward a
compared
little. I'm gonna
To
fast.
Forza and Need for Speed.
Yeah,
Go on,
I'm
go on.
gonna. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward to like 2022 when I got an Xbox Series S. It took me so long to get an next-gen console. Because before that I had a Xbox 360, Nintendo DSi, PS3, and like no PC, basically. I had a laptop, but it like couldn't run games. It struggled
Oh, yeah.
running like
the
Microsoft
last-
Word.
Really? Sheesh.
Was it like
Yeah.
was it one of those enterprise-oriented business laptops that can't run
It-
shit? And it's also
yes.
filled with like so much bloatware that like comes with it, like pre-installed like Office. And shit.
Yeah. My dad was a cheap skip, so it was one of those.
Was or still is? Just curious.
No, it isn't anymore. I have like a better laptop, like a GTX 1650, which isn't like 1660, which isn't much.
I'm
But,
on a 1660 Ti PC myself. This
It's
this
good.
car's a beast, to be honest.
yeah, I just need to upgrade the RAM, but like it can run the crew a little. I got it a little bit too late, but that's besides the point.
I can
Okay,
I can literally max out Half-Life Alex on my 1660 Ti, and the minimum specs on the Steam page for Alex is a 1070. That's for minimum,
That's crazy.
and I
okay.
can max it. It's amazing. But
Okay,
one of the things too is I ended up finding out about this game because I remember a long time ago when I was a kid. I remember seeing Tomcat. I used to watch him all the time. I haven't seen him in forever, but I remember he did a thing playing the beta, and I was like, "You can drive across the entire United States. That's amazing."
Oh yeah, that's also what I watched. I watched beta footage because it looked in 360 footage, which was basically the beta. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of differences.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
It's
are
actually
you?
pretty based off of like an early beta, like before the first closed beta in July. It's based off of like an even earlier version. That's why there's like some fuck ups in that version. Weird ones.
Oh
on.
really? I
Yeah.
don't know. Okay, 2022. I got an Xbox Series S. Great. I went to the. It took me a little bit, maybe 2023. I went to the store because I got interested in racing games, and I was like, I want something new, something I have never played. And then I saw a trial for the crew, and I was like, okay. I played that. It was only 2 hours, which was like painful to
What?
get through. It was only two. It was only a 2 hour trial. When I was able to get like
Wait, hold on. What do you mean
maybe
2 hours? I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be 10 hours trial.
no, it was
Oh, no,
a
it's
2 hour trial on
Yeah,
Xbox.
cause I remember. Well, cause I remember too when I got it on Steam. When I got the game, it ran in trial mode because I guess because the actual activation's like a DLC technically. So I was
Yeah.
upset when it first happened. I just like complained to. I was crying to Dad on Christmas, the day after Christmas
Oh,
about
that's so
it's
sad.
not working. But I remember it was like I think it was like after I got past the prologue and like that was it. Like I said, please buy the game or whatever.
It wasn't past the prologue for me. I was able to get through a mission that I was like, okay, when I stopped the game, it was either in a calling all units mission, and then the second time that I did the trial, which was around when the game was gonna shut down, it was in one of the missions you showed that you were like chasing down a guy in an airport and you had to like knock him out.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, the finale
destroy
for
his car.
the Midwest.
Yeah, that's when the game stopped for me and I couldn't play anymore, even on my alt account.
We did that mission just like earlier. In the
Yeah.
ESP.
Yeah, seeing like past that is great. Right, I get to see, wow. If only, if only. Yeah, I did
Give
the
us a little bit.
trial. I saw the game was on sale, never had money, so I never really got to play it fully. So I'm happy that even though it's the server shut down, you guys are like getting to make the game, work again, and possibly you don't actually need to own the game. Wink, wink. I mean,
of course.
Let's not go down that road, please. Just I
no,
don't
no,
want to
no,
get
no,
sued.
no, 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 no. I mean, in the way like on Steam, you can still install
Well, yeah,
the
that is true.
trial you can just use that trial version to play the game.
Yes, you
Game.
can. Yes, you
It's
can.
kind of weird that it actually is kind of weird that they
Yeah.
did it like that, where the game files technically itself is a trial, but then the activation is a DLC. That's kind of weird that they did it like that.
Is
Yeah,
it though?
they do
Because
that a lot
you
even
could
with
hack
EA
it
games.
otherwise.
Well, usually there's with a lot of games, like especially on Steam, it's like the demo would just be like a separate game, like the Dirt 2 demo and stuff like that. Like that was
Yeah,
always
they
a
still have
separate
to
thing.
put you in like the lobbies with the players and everything.
Well, if they have those
You could
freaking
go anywhere in
prologue
the demo.
drivers, though. Well, because if they had the prologue drivers functioning, they wouldn't have had to.
That'd be weird. They would have preferred to have you matched up with real players even in the demo anyway. I figure.
So, what did you think of Wild Run graphics?
Oh yeah, what did you think? And you
Me.
Agree with us. You
better agree
with us.
All right, so I'm
Dogma.
gonna. Okay, I looked at 360, then Xbox One, then Wild Run, and
Wild Run?
I'm impressed they were able to screw things up so bad in like a year.
That's a good explanation. In about 6 months. In about 6 months.
Okay, about 6 months. 6 months.
Well, I meant more in
Guys,
terms
that's
of
funny
like.
joke. 6 months.
Well, I meant in terms of like when you were playing it at the time, like, did you think that something was off?
Oh, we all
Yeah,
did.
something
We all
looked off when I was looking at the game. I was like, why does it look so different? The
That happened to so many
UI
players. That happened to so many players.
Yeah,
They were just so confused by that.
Yeah, I was like, the UI looks different. The game looks it looks flat, basically. It just looks flat. And I didn't
Like
I never got to
remember
really
whenever I
know.
played as a kid, I just remember like it looked off like a little bit, but I didn't think much of it to be honest. It wasn't until like I don't even think it was till after the shutdown that I was looking. I'm like, man, Wildron butchered everything, especially when you actually delve into it and look at all the shit that's broken. It's like, oh great, now I can't unsee that.
Yeah,
didn't know
and
that
I
was
was-
Exactly. You cannot unsee that.
Yeah, also like after shutdown I went into the server. I went into the Wild Run Atrocities, channel and I just looked around and I was like, "Oh wow. So I wasn't wrong. It looks different. It looks worse. And there's even more time."
More broken than you can fucking imagine.
Yeah.
We still need an external place to put all of our findings because I want to be able
That's
to
the plan.
link.
That's the plan.
Because
that's
I
the
want to
plan.
be able to link my friends to something that shows them all of the stuff.
The cutting
you
room
know?
floor. I feel like the cutting room floor is the perfect place. We'll not only publish like unused beta content, but there's like they have a whole section for revision.
Yeah,
Revisions.
I
Yeah, the
saw that, but like
cutting-
no one's really done anything with that.
We're planning to. We're planning to. I meant to earlier, but that was like a few months ago. We got caught up, with all this shit. As I told you guys, that's why we delayed.
Yeah, you were focusing on like the important stuff.
And also a lot of like life stuff business.
Yeah.
Oh look,
more
Niagara
important.
Falls. How do you pronounce it? Niagara Falls.
Niagara,
Niagara.
I think.
Niagara. Yeah, that sounds right. My
Viagra
bad.
Falls.
Oh, why do you have a fall in there? Are you just gonna respawn? Wait,
I remember glitching to the
cars
other
are
side
low.
once. I had to like drive around out of
That's a-
bounds to get to the other side.
that's a beautiful 4K texture right there. Mwah.
At least it's running better.
Are those trees in the water over there
Ready? Where?
on the
Wait,
shore?
wait, I can
Yeah, a little
see
bit.
it.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't think that's no. Yeah.
You think not? It can happen. I'm pretty sure.
Can you follow it upstream to see where it leads?
For what leads?
This river here. If you go left, unless it's
Mm.
just like a lake or something that has a
You
fall.
die. You die.
I'm not saying going into it. I'm saying going like follow along it.
Oh no! You can't get to the other side, sadly.
Oh, is there like an invisible wall or something?
No, it just doesn't let you get to the other side. It's like a
There's
river.
no drivable
All the
place
way.
to get to it. I guess.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a river all the way.
Yeah. I think you can.
I will
Unless you
say,
can,
I will say with the crew 2, it was like kind of funny, but that's pretty much all I had to go for it. Was the fact that you could change your vehicle like at any point. So it's like if you just want to get in a plane, go really high up into the sky, and then just transform into a boat and fall back down. Like you could do that. Like that's the
That's
one.
pretty fun.
Like that's the one thing it had going for it. But apart from that, like I didn't really care about the boats or planes.
Yeah, the crew
Yeah.
too. Gosh, where do I start with the game?
Yeah, it's terrible.
I guess we could start with the beginning.
At age 6, I was born without a face.
Okay.
2 seconds, guys.
All right.
All right.
He's a BRB-ing.
I guess what do we do? Do we just keep talking?
Quick, let's gossip about him behind his back. You'll never know.
I heard she smokes weed.
Me too. No, I'm joking.
Blasphemy.
It's funny how like the gameplay is like entirely unrelated to our ongoing conversation, but as soon as the gameplay stops, it's like, oh shit, what do we do now? Oh man, I'm confused. I don't know what to do now.
Guys, we gotta keep them entertained, or else they're
Yeah,
gonna leave.
well, I'll make my own The Crew with blackjack and hookers.
You ever play TDU 2?
Me?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I did. And
You already
TD1.
have the crew with blackjack and hookers.
That is, you know what? I can't argue with that. That is true.
What? That's in the game. I didn't get to that part.
Yeah, because that was like the club thing,
Okay, maybe
wasn't
not
it?
hookers, but blackjack. There's like a casino in TDU 2.
Well, they had the car wash ladies that, or well,
Oh no.
Well, gee, how rude of you to assume they're,
you guys
It's
remember?
by someone else.
Do you guys remember Juice 2?
Yeah, let's get someone else in. Oh, I did. I do. I played it a little bit. I
It's
could just
the
never completed it
oldest
though.
one. Wait, not the oldest one. Who requested earliest? Nah. I think of this fella. Is he here?
Who?
Hello? Mr. 11 FM?
Hello,
What's up? What's up? What's good?
everything's fine. What's up with you?
He's got 11 FM as his avatar.
I'm back again.
11 FM!
Yeah,
Rock
why
out!
not? Why not? Why not?
Yeah, why not? It's good. It's good radio. Oh, Kim is back. What's up, dude?
Yeah, I'm here. Don't worry.
Oh,
Dude,
thank
these
God.
guys were gossiping about you behind your back, by the way. Okay.
Hey,
Like,
it was
seriously,
your
they were
idea. It
gossip-
was your idea.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was Jack.
Oh yeah, it was Jack.
With what? What about
Fuck
me?
you, Jack. Why are you gossiping behind the chemicals bag, huh? I'm gonna tell him everything. I'm a.
Yeah, why'd you
We're
do
gonna,
that?
we're gonna tell your mom, Mr. Krabs. But I was gonna be like 11 FM, the crew radio. This ain't your 510 radio station.
I'm
radio
waking
station,
up.
eh?
Dash and dust.
Yo, Elias. So what's your story with the crew? Tell us.
So basically, I joined very late. I joined actually last year, but I just wanted to like drive free because I used to play a lot of games where you just had racetracks, and I thought like, bro, I'm tired of it, and I want to like drive free. So I basically
yeah.
typed in free roam game, and the crew like looked like good stuff, and I joined. And then like after finishing the game and getting some cars, I heard, oh, the crew is getting shut the thing down, and I thought like, shit.
Man, that sucks.
Yes. Yeah.
They hit you with the 1-2, you know. They sold you the game, and then like, oh wait, hold up, we're taking the game away from you, by the way.
Yeah, and I thought like when it got delisted, like I thought I'm so lucky, and then they said they were shutting it down, and then I thought, oh yeah, shit.
Yeah, I was just about to buy the game when they delisted it, and I was like, that's weird. And I saw the shutdown statement. Oh, makes sense.
Yeah, but I got it only for PlayStation, so yeah.
Oh, so you got double scammed, huh?
Yeah, so sorry to hear.
Yeah, it's fine.
How about a police chase cam?
Sure.
Sure. Hit his ass.
Prank him, John.
You're good at ramming asses, huh? Wait. Oh shit.
Always.
Never mind. They can't keep up with your it's kind of, oh they can't. Never mind. Oh shit. Oh, you're gonna get the car on.
I loved that feature in Midnight Club Los Angeles where a cop could like pull you over and then you could see their like dash cam and you could see them walk up to you and they could just drive away.
I used to do that all the time.
Oh,
I
remember
still
that.
do.
That's funny.
Yeah, there's like no
Speaking
other racing game that does that, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. Either.
I just
forced
love.
handbrake because first handbrake because it's calling.
At least this isn't like one of those games where it's like as soon as you come to a stop for like like a microsecond, it's like you're instantly arrested.
Need for Speed, literally.
Yo, we got Charles Jericho
Oh, yeah,
from
he-
Driver San Francisco in chat saying, "Man, I want to play this so bad."
Don't worry. Soon.
You got 5
Speaking of
more
the shit-
years in here. I'm asking for 30 million. It's not a hard choice.
I can remind you what a touch of a woman feels like.
Oh yeah.
Won't leave me alone. Where's my money? Pay me.
Man, I fucking love that game.
Ruining your crew.
Well, that's
It's so good.
We're gonna have to step this up. Better hit up a race or two to bring in some more.
How did they make the BRZ unobtainable in this?
The 510 royalty.
Is it just like a flag that's like allowed in dealer or something?
A jar. Formaldehyde. That'll
I'm not sure yet, but I think so. Yeah, like a flag in the car.
A lot of people keep asking again about the RUF CTR Xfinity.
Seeing
Easy
double.
way to add it. Easy way to add it. Okay, hang on. There's people wanting to join. Oh, we got Beefy over here.
Oh, I remember something that I saw Mom ask, which was how were you gonna handle season pass vehicles? I don't know what that question means, but like they were
Just give
asking
him
it
to you if you
earlier
want.
in chat.
Just give them to you if you want. Yo, Bishu, what's up?
Hey guys.